Alright, so my research question was, should the marijuana be legalized recreationally on a federal level? And so what is marijuana? It comes from the dried up leaves and flowers from the cannabis plant, and it is also commonly known as weed, pot, and kush, and many other names. And it's made up of two main chemicals, which are THC and CBD. And the THC is what gives you the high effect, and then the CBD is for more medical purposes, and that's what it looks like in cannabis. Can you overdose? Someone would have to consume 2,000 to 40,000 times the amount of THC in a joint to possibly overdose, and a joint is like a cigarette but with marijuana in it. And so no one has ever been officially reported to overdose on weed, but there have been a couple of cases where weed has been suspected to have played a role in. So, and while it is not fatal, there still can be some negative effects. So, and some of those can be mental or cognitive issues, and or chronic cough and other respiratory problems or memory loss. And then another way that you can take weed instead of smoking it is you can cook it into edibles, which is like more effective, but it's usually made into sweets such as brownies and gummies, and people are worried that once they're outside of their packaging that people won't know like that they have THC in them, so they might accidentally eat them. And they're also worried that children might eat them. And so that's weed brownies, so they do just like normal brownies. And then a new thing that's been going around are dab cartridges. And so this is dab, and it's like an oily form of marijuana that they put in tanks, so they just automatically vaporize without any flame needed. And hundreds of people have been getting sick from these, and at least 6 have died. But this is because additives such as vitamin E, PG, and PEG have been getting put into them. So that's what has been getting people sick. And there's been a lot of fake dab carts and most of those are what have the additives, but there have been some from dispensaries that have had them too. And then Colorado has made $250 million from marijuana in just the year 2014. So it can make a lot of money for states, and a study was done and that compared Colorado and Washington's fatal crash rates to other states where it was not recreationally legal, and they found that the fatal crash rates were not statistically higher in those states. And there would be a lot of regulations to ensure that it's safe if it were legal. And there you go.
Marijuana has been legalized for recreational use in both Colorado and Washington, but what exactly does that mean? Let's lift the haze on legalized pot. Number one, now that it's legal, anyone can sell it. Nope, Colorado state law requires vendors to apply to the state's marijuana enforcement division. The wacky tobacco comes with a super steep 25% state tax. Most of that revenue goes to education. Number two, for banks, pot money is just normal money. Not quite. In the first week in Colorado, sales exceeded $5 million. But some banks fear federal fines and money laundering accusations. While the DOJ has announced they won't file charges for the time being, the sticky icky is still illegal under federal law, and many banks want clearer guidelines. Number 3, decriminalizing weed removes funding from law enforcement. Yeah, you betcha. Now that the diggity dank is legal, police will face millions in lost revenue nationwide. In Washington, voters earmarked the tax revenue for education and healthcare, but not law enforcement. Supporters of legal weed say it allows law enforcement to focus on more serious crimes. Studies predict that more states will legalize marijuana in the next 5 years, and that by 2015, it could be a $10.2 billion industry.
Alright, so my opinion is that recreational marijuana should be legalized on a federal level. I think that the regulations from the government will make sure that it's safe for people to use. And I think that it can be a good thing for people of age to do to de-stress after a long day. And I also believe that it could also be a healthier alternative to alcohol. And for my solution, I said, I think dab cartridges should be heavily regulated so that they don't get the harmful additives put into them. And I think we can mark edibles so that you can see that there's THC in them, even if they're outside of the package. And we could also make them like taste bitter or something that a child wouldn't want to eat, so they won't eat them. And I also think that more research should be done on the effects of marijuana so we can know exactly what to do. And that's my work said.